Hello, Gabby Turner here, and welcome to this Pick a Card reading. In this one, we're going to ask, how are they feeling about you? How are they currently feeling romantically towards you? So bring to your mind your romantic person of interest, focus your energy on them, and then choose among these three options, whichever one is calling out most strongly to you. Option number 1 is Joan of Arc. Option number 2 is Lord Ganesh. And option number 3 is Archangel Michael. So hold them up a little bit closer. The timestamps will be listed in the description box so that you can go directly to your reading. And once you have decided, I will see you there. All right, group 1 folks, you chose Joan of Arc for your reading. And just if you want to know what this card says, it says, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. So maybe that's just a little bit of an extra message for you. It may or may not play out in this reading. I don't necessarily set that intention, but occasionally that ends up being the case. But we're going to dive right into the question at hand, which is about how does your romantic person of interest currently feel for you, feel about you, etc. I feel like I worded it kind of awkwardly on the thumbnail. How do they feel for you? It should be about you, right? So I don't know. But then I'd already made it, and I didn't want to remake it. Okay. Okay, so this is their energy, this is your energy, and this is the shared energy. So kind of like this is the energy that both of you are bringing to the table. I'm going to start with them. They had the Ace of Swords here, and I feel generally when I see the Ace of Swords in a romantic reading, when we're asking about feelings, I translate that to this person thinks that you are the one, right? They have clarity about you. They feel that you are the one. Now we have a couple of pages here. I've clarified their Ace of Swords with the Page of Cups. So I don't know if they just don't have a lot of experience with romance, or maybe the two of you are young, or maybe it's early stages here. But like what they're feeling, even if it's early stages in this relationship dynamic, they still have a very strong sense that you are the one. And I'm going to get more into that, but I feel like you must also see that potential in it as well. We have the Page of Pentacles, which makes me think that you, group 1, are like definitely wanting to invest in this, definitely wanting to see where it will go, wanting to put in the effort, wanting to be patient. I think, the clarifying cards for you are the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Swords. Like, I think that you maybe have gone back and forth with this person, sometimes being more obvious with how you felt about them and like just putting your heart on your sleeve, and at other times like you felt too nervous to show them, or it feels like going back and forth, but maybe a little bit of 2 steps forward, 1 step back for you, where you're willing to open your heart and then you're feeling scared and like anxious and like not knowing what's going on. But with the the 10 of Cups rather, as the shared energy, both of you really see a great potential here to be happy together, to like settle down, to live together. Maybe if you're interested, even having kids together, or like just being family to each other. But I do feel like both of you feel like this could be the one to settle down with, the one to put down roots with. Okay. But so I'm kind of telling you a little bit about what I'm picking up from you, just so you can decipher whether or not this reading is correct for you, right? So if what I said about you doesn't ring true, then this may not be your reading, and so you may not be getting an accurate indication of what the other person is feeling. But if it did make sense to you, then that's more of a confirmation that you can trust what I'm saying about their feelings. So let's get back to their feelings and focus on those. We have the Ace of Swords and the Page of Cups. So they do feel like these burgeoning feelings for you. It could be early days, but like they still have this sense that you are the one and that it's meant to be, that they're supposed to be with you. What makes them feel that way? Oh, the Devil card. I mean, if the two of you have been physically intimate, whether that's like kissing or what have you, that told them what they needed to know. If the two of you have not done that, like their desire for you physically, sexually, is telling them what they need to know. It makes me think of, I don't know if any of you have ever watched The Millionaire Matchmaker. I can't think of that woman's name. Anyway, she's a matchmaker, and she had all these little funny catchphrases. One of them was, "The pecker does the choosing," which is basically like this. It's like, if I feel this desiring of you, then that's how I know that you're the one. But anyway, so that's the number one reason that they know, is like their body is telling them. Also, we have the Four of Wands. They know that you're the one because they have this desire to escape with you. Like I feel with the Six of Swords and Eight of Wands clarifying this. This is like about going on vacation. I would say that they might be imagining your honeymoon as well, because the Four of Wands can indicate a wedding, but like I think all of the above, like they catch themselves like fantasizing about things like that. Well, what would our wedding day be like? What would our honeymoon be like? Or like, what vacation should I go on with this person? I would love to go on vacation with them. So just their desire to like spend time with you in those types of ways, to have important events, like special times that you do together, like going on vacation. Obviously having a wedding is pretty extra special, you know. I don't feel like this is typically what this person gets in their mind, you know. Like just because they have lustful feelings for someone doesn't mean that they're suddenly imagining that the wedding day with that person, or going on vacation with them, or honeymoon. But with you, they are, right? So it isn't just that the picker is doing the choosing. Like there's more going on in this person's mind than just that. But that is like one of the things that tells them that you are the one. Beyond that, they're like, okay, I'm fantasizing about, you know, like our wedding day. Like, they're like, dude, I never fantasize about my wedding day with anybody. Like, that must mean something, right? But they do have a strong clarity here with that Ace of Swords. Oh my God. Yes. And now we have the Justice card. I feel like that, to me, the Justice card is like the Ace of Swords on steroids. Like they have just such a strong clarity that you are the one. And I feel also this is someone who kind of always thought that they weren't really that person to settle down. Like it has changed their own perspective of who they are and what they want out of life. Because I feel like this person always thought they would be the bachelor or bachelorette, and like that would be satisfying. You know what's interesting about the Death card? I mean, it's a card of transformation, right? It's a card of metamorphosis. It's a card about evolving. But we have this, what is this guy called? The Grim Reaper or whatever. But who is he coming up against? The Hierophant, which or the Pope here, you know. In some decks he is called the Pope, but mostly he's referred to as the Hierophant on most decks. But like, that is a card about traditional values, and often when it comes up, it is interpreted as, you know, like getting married, you know, when we're looking at a relationship reading. This person really thought they were going to conquer tradition, but they have been persuaded. Your existence in their life has persuaded them, okay, maybe I should settle down. Maybe that is what I want. Well, they do. I mean, it isn't a maybe, actually, like, because they have such an extremely strong clarity. It definitely is what they want. Hold on just a moment. Okay. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. I was sniffling, and I didn't think that you wanted to see that. Okay, tell us more here. What is it about group 1 that makes them feel this way that they've never felt? Well, they definitely enjoy spending time with you. I feel like you all must have friends in common or something like that, and like they do, and maybe you even met in a group setting or something here with the 3 of Cups. But I think they know that you're the one also because you stand out to them, you know, like from among this other group of people. Maybe there are other, or maybe this is your friend group. There's something about a group of people, right? And like you, even though you might be similar in some ways, maybe this is your friend group, but it's like, they're like, well, I could have been, you know, like I could have been attracted. Any of these people are attractive on a certain level, but like there's something about you, group 1, that like you stand out. You know how a lot of times people in a friend group, they might even look similar, right? Wear similar types of clothing, have similar interests, you know, like, so I do feel like you are a sort of type for this person in a way, or but they can tell that what you represent to them is something beyond that. They're not just interested in you for your type. And for some of you, especially if they don't know you through mutual friends, or if you don't have a friend group that they're aware of, then I think this is just saying that, like, you are, like, physically, or in terms of like your personality or your interests, or all of the above, you are this person's type, the type of person that they normally get attracted to. However, they feel about you differently and more so. Like, they don't have these fantasies of weddings and vacations and whatnot with other people, even if they are their type. Like, you have stood out to this person, even among the people that they would normally be attracted to. Yeah, I mean, they just feel an emotional familiarity, you know, like an emotional comfort. We have the Queen of Cups, like they feel like you understand them and that they understand you. Yeah, they feel like you have a big heart, and like it isn't just that you have a big heart, but they in particular feel loved by you. They feel the love emanating from you. The emotional bond that the two of you have, they're like, okay, that gives me something to work with. That gives me something that I can actually build a life on, the type of life that I never saw myself being particularly that interested in having before. Okay. What else should group 1 know about this connection? What else should group 1 know? I do feel actually also, it isn't just that they find themselves wanting to have a traditional relationship in terms of like having a wedding, being married, like living together, all of that. Although yes, but I really feel like this person is drawn to having that traditional dynamic. Also where like you, if you're a woman, especially like, or if not, you know, like I feel like they want to value you as a woman is valued in a traditional relationship. You know, it's not like they want to control you. We also have the Temperance card, which is about freedom. So, but they do want you to have your freedom, but also feel blessed and appreciated for all that you are bringing to the relationship as a woman, right? Like the value that you bring is obvious. You don't have to like exert yourself, right? Like they want you to be able to receive their love. They want to be able to do things for you, to bring home the bacon, to take out the trash. I feel like this person, you know, it's very chivalrous, the Six of Swords, like opening the door for you, making things easier for you, running errands, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing. I mean, the Six of Swords itself doesn't necessarily mean that they want to be the breadwinner, because it doesn't, on its own, it doesn't have to do with money per se. But you are showing up as the Empress. Like they do feel that you deserve all the fine things in life that you want. Like the food that you like, you should have it. The clothing that you like, the home decor, the house, the yard, like what you want, you should have it, Group 1. That's what they feel. And so they want to get you to that place. If you don't have that yet, they want to be able to provide that for you. You know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be exclusively through having the financial means to do it. It can be about like, well, let me get out here and mow the yard and do the landscaping so that everything looks very pretty, because that's what you deserve. Or, you know, like, let me make sure that the trash is taken out because I know you like that and that's what you deserve, that type of thing. All right, anything else? That Group 1 should know here. I think just a final note here, we did pick this up before, that you might at sometimes have been feeling anxious or unsettled about this connection, not really understanding what exactly is going on. I think that you may not have this strong of an insight into the fact that they're this into you or this serious about you, because I don't think that they have been extremely open about that. But I would just say, as a final note, your spirit guides are saying you have no competition. There's no competition. Like, this person is so certain that you are the one. Zero competition. And I think that that might be hard for you to absorb and to believe, because you're still feeling with this Hermit card, I think you're still at a place where you're feeling like, well, I could end up still single, or I could end up alone, because you're feeling so uncertain about whether or not things are going to work out. And I feel like this person has not made it obvious to you yet. All of these things that I've been saying in this reading. So why haven't they? We have the Nine of Wands and the King of Swords. I mean, I think that they're just basically being cautious about laying all their cards on the table, so to speak. You know, I feel like they're kind of trusting their own intuition, that when it feels right to them, when they feel comfortable finally revealing all of that, then they will do it. They'll jump off the diving board at that moment and reveal all of this to you and make it obvious. But they just haven't felt that impulse yet, and they're trusting their own instincts, I believe. All right. So group 1, I'm going to end your reading with reading the Joan of Arc. Oops, the Joan of Arc message from the Oracle deck. This is the Keepers of the Light. So if you're just here for the romance portion of it, then that part is done. And if you want to hear this message, you can. So it might give you some extra insight that you're looking for right now. So again, it starts off with, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Joan of Arc was a medieval French peasant girl who is reported to have been visited by Archangel Michael and other saints who gave her information on how she could help Charles VII save France from English domination. She was only a teenager when she went into battle for her country and won a huge victory. She was, however, later captured and burned at the stake. These days, she is a supremely loving spirit guide to all those who want to stand up against the odds. She also helps many light workers overcome their fear of persecution. You are being encouraged to stand strong. You may feel unrecognized and misunderstood, but that doesn't mean you have to give up on the mission you feel called to fulfill. You must follow the will of your soul and exercise your leadership spirit by speaking your truth. You may feel as if you are on a battlefield, but this conflict will come to an end as soon as you stop defending yourself. You are not here to prove yourself to others. Instead, approve of yourself. Approve of yourself. Don't prove yourself to others, but approve of yourself. Know that your angels are on your side and that heaven is thanking you for being the honest soul you are. So, this might pertain to the connection if you have felt the need to be honest and you felt like nervous about being totally honest and direct with your love interest here. This can be a confirmation about that. This conflict will come to an end as soon as you stop defending yourself. So if you have felt a need to apologize or defend yourself in any context, whether it's with this person or not, just know you've already said what you needed to say. There's no need to prove yourself to anyone, but approve of yourself. All right. So that's the message. I hope that it was helpful. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, welcome group 2. You chose Lord Ganesh. Infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. So I'm going to read from the book at the end of this reading. We're going to focus on the romance part of it first. But if you want to stick around for that, I will read the full oracle message for that as well. All right, so group 2, how is your romantic person of interest feeling about you right now? What are their feelings? What are their feelings? Whoa, okay, we've got a lot going on here. So I like to start off my romance readings with a 3-card spread. This card is the card that's indicating them, and it's the Tower card in this specific deck, which is the Santa Muerte Tarot deck. The shared energy is the Page of Pentacles, and then your energy is the 8 of Cups. I do feel that there's a bit of turbulence going on between the two of you. I feel like also like things may have gotten loud between the two of you, you know, like there's a very disruptive energy imminent in the tarot card, and there's a really large engine, a really loud engine going by, which you may have heard. I heard it, which is why I paused there for a moment. And I feel like almost like there is a little bit of a pause between the two of you at the moment with this Page of Pentacles. It's like, I feel like neither of you really wants to give up on it right now. But what has been said, whatever this disruption was, if it was an argument, some sort of upheaval, on their end, they're trying to make sense of it. It's a little bit confusing. It's like their mind is going in a million directions, and they're trying to think like, well, what's the way out of it? I even feel like maybe they're having like bizarre dreams that are giving them signs or messages about you, but the dreams are like confusing, and they're just like, I don't know what to trust, or I don't know what's real or what's not real. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is not great. We have the 10 of Swords as well, and then the 5, again, that feeling of being lost, you know, with this maze. They're very in their head, but like they're not getting anywhere. Like they're going round and around in their head. I feel even perhaps in their dreams, like I said, but it's just like nothing's making sense. They can't make sense of it. Even the 10 of Swords can indicate that we're stretching our mind too far. We're ruminating to the point where we've actually blocked any sort of clarity because we're thinking about it too much. We're like overthinking to the point of self-defeat. But yeah, that's where they're with it right now. And but like I said, I don't feel like either of you are giving up. On your end, you seem kind of sad, you know, with the 8 of Cups. You might be wondering like, am I gonna have to just move on now? Or, you know, like, I definitely don't think that either of you wants to move on from each other. Like, you both feel like, with this Page of Pentacles being the shared energy, both of you have this mutual desire to still see what more there could be. Like, you see the value, right? This woman is taking this coin, she's putting it in her purse. Like, she doesn't want to give up on this. And I feel like that's how both of you are feeling right now, despite whatever this turbulence or upheaval has been. Okay, give me a little bit more insight into how Group 2's person is thinking about them. Yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Like, they really feel, despite the fact that they can't solve the riddle right now, there is another part of them that feels this sense of hope that, like, okay, we can overcome this. You know, there will be endurance here. They feel that this story is going to continue. There's going to be a sequel, and then a sequel after that. I don't know. What's the next word after sequel? Anyways, they just feel like this will continue, right? We've hit a moment where things are sort of in suspended animation, and it's hard to figure out, like, where is it going to go from here. But they have this faith that it will continue. You know, they also have like a sort of regret. They're like, wow, yeah, I feel like things will continue and there's still hope, but they're like, God, why did it have to happen like this? Why did we have to go through this? You know, like, they're like, I didn't see this coming. I didn't think it would turn in this direction. But I feel like still they can't give up. They can't give up on their love for you. Yeah, I do feel like this person is reminded of you a lot. We have this little blue heart here. This person is, again, ruminating, stuck in their emotions. But they're like looking down at the ground. There's this blue heart. Yeah, they can't give you up. I there's the guitar in the background. I do feel like this person hears music, songs, and they do think about you. Maybe if there's someone who plays music themselves, I feel like they think about you when they're playing music. I think that also helps them to process their emotions, either listening to and or playing music. They see you as potentially someone that okay, so maybe you already have a child together, or like maybe you or them are pregnant, but if not, like they see you, well, either way, they see you as that potential of like the parent of their child. Like they see with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands along with the Death card. Well, in this deck it's called Santa Muerte, Saint Death, but it's the Death card. It's like if you have a baby on the way, or if you have a new baby, or I don't know, like they thought that having a child with you would bring a new refresh or a restart. Or if you don't have a child yet, like they've thought about maybe having a child could bring that refresh or restart. So it's going to be different for different people depending on where the two of you are, but like just know that that has been a thought. A child would get us restarted, like, you know, like a fresh, clear the chalkboard, we can start fresh. Bring new life into this relationship, get off on a better foot than what we have been. Tell me more about that. What's their mindset about that? Yeah, again, to me it feels like this person has been like at a loss for like figuring out. They've looked at it from every angle. Like they do not want to give up hope on this relationship. They have thought about every possible way of holding things together, and they still are. What is it about group 2 that makes this person want to hold on to it so much? The Wheel of Fortune. I mean, to be quite honest, they like the ups and downs. And I do feel like the two of you have had a lot of ups and downs. It feels like there's a lot of drama, but they like those emotional ups and downs. They kind of like the upheaval, the highs and the lows of it. They interpret that as passion. The highs and the lows equal passion. Also, I'm getting the feeling, because I just saw 3333, the number 3 is about creation, okay? So it is creation in the sense of reproduction, which we've already discussed. A man and a woman had a little baby. 3 is a magic number. Do you know that song? 3 is a magic number. But like it's also about artistic creation. And again, if this is an artistic person, like I did feel before there was some connection to music, that those ups and downs to them also inspire them creatively. Like you are a bit of a muse to them. Well, it isn't just you personally that you're a muse, although yes, but the dynamic that the two of you have, these ups and downs, things are going great, then they're falling apart, then they're going great. The drama of that, which again they interpret as passion, which I'm not saying that it isn't passion, but I'm just like, that's how this person experiences it, and that's why they kind of like it in a way, and they don't want to give up on this. It does also like help them to harness their creative energy. Like the whole dynamic is such a muse or an inspiration for them. Also, they don't want to give up on this because I think a couple of other things, like for one thing, this person, if the two of you are married, and or if you have a child, like they feel like they have committed themselves and that they've made a serious commitment and they want to abide by the vows that they've stated, or you know, like they want to do right by you for some reason. Like, you know, if you're not married and you don't have a child, they still feel this responsibility, almost like they would be committing some sort of sin or some sort of wrongdoing, or, you know, they want to do the right thing by you, and they feel like doing the right thing by you means like to not give up, you know, like to never give up. I feel like that's their goal, is to never give up on this relationship. To me, it feels like for most of you, this is an actual relationship, not just a crush or we're dating, but... And then we had the Knight of Pentacles. Like I cannot shrug the feeling when I first saw this card, and I still feel it, that this person does feel some sort of financial benefit to being with you, and they also don't want to give up on that. I think they view it as being financially beneficial to both of you, though. Like they're not, you know, it's not like they're selfish and they want to use you for money or something, but they do feel like, okay, for both of us, it seems like this is like materially beneficial for us to stick together. You know, and that's part of why they won't give up. If the two of you do have a child together, it genuinely did for this person sort of like revive, in some way it has revived their motivation to see things through with you to the end. Like it did have the intended effect for them. Or if you haven't had a child yet, like it would genuinely have that intended effect for them. You know, that said, I don't think that the dynamic is going to disappear about the two of you like having these ups and downs. I think that pattern feels hard to shake for the two of you, like even with a child, helping to sort of renew the purpose of the relationship and all that. And I kind of feel in a way like you both kind of knew that going in. You know, like you both sort of knew what to expect. Like, yeah, there might be ups and downs and surprises, but it's like, is it ever really a surprise? Like, both of you saw where this was going. I think that you also both saw from the beginning, you know, like that it probably was going the direction of having a child, or maybe children, plural, together. So I do kind of feel like both of you are really grateful and feel that you have, despite how, you know, turbulent it might be sometimes, and recently it feels like there has been. It's like you both still feel really grateful that you feel like you've found the right person to have kids with, you know, or like settle down with, someone to really commit emotionally to, with this 10 of Cups. All right, anything else that group 2 needs to know about this connection right now? Okay. I feel like that is it. That is the end of the message. So, oh yeah, I was going to read the message from the Oracle deck, though, for Lord Ganesh. Now, this is interesting. You know, this is about, Lord Ganesh is about obstacles being removed. So, maybe there's something here about how the two of you can get past this pattern of these ups and downs. Okay, Ganesh, also known as Ganapataye, is the Hindu elephant-headed god, the son of Lord Shiva and the goddess Parvati. Legend says he received his elephant head as a replacement after his father sliced his human one off when he mistook him for an intruder. Ganesh is acknowledged as the Lord who removes obstacles and is much loved by taxi drivers in India because they believe he helps them weave in and out of the crazy traffic. Ganesh is a sweet-toothed, life-loving, joyful, dancing, and very approachable god. He will use his light to weave a perfect path for you. It's important at this time to move beyond the limitations of "it's not meant to be" and focus on, if this is for my highest good, then the universe will take me there safely. Ganesh is not only bringing a clear light to your external situation, but also helping you clear up any inner conflicts. When obstacles arise, know that they are just reminders that you care about your path and that you have the ability to change your current situation. I'm going to repeat that one because it feels important. When obstacles arise, know that they are just reminders that you care about your path and that you have the ability to change your current situation. I feel like both of you care about the path of this relationship, for one thing. Ganesh is here to help you. Thank him for clearing the way. Thank you, Lord Ganesh, for clearing the way for us. To increase your connection to him, you may want to chant in Sanskrit, Om Gam Ganatapaye Namaha. You can probably also find like a chant for Lord Ganesh on YouTube if you wanted to play that and chant along with it, or just have that on to show appreciation for him. Usually there are things like that on YouTube. Just putting that out there. But yeah, that's the message. I do love Lord Ganesh. He is such a benevolent energy. I don't know, I have to say this because I don't know if it means something, but like I just saw a sign earlier today. It said like a big yellow taxi, and I couldn't see all of what it said, but anyway, it was in someone's car or anything, something that I saw when I was passing by it. But you know that song, Paved Paradise? They paved paradise and they put up a parking lot. Something like pink hotels and a boutique and a swinging hot spot. And then something about a yellow taxi. I don't know, like maybe this is a call to go listen to that song. If I remember, when I'm done recording the final message here, I might go look it up myself and see. A big yellow taxi took my love away. I don't know what this is trying to tell you. I mean, I think, again, like it's reminding us of when obstacles are in our way, we care about our path, right? When they pave paradise, we start to realize that it was paradise. Just maybe something to reflect on there, you know, like, why wouldn't we see that it's paradise before they paved paradise? It's hindsight is 20/20. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and move on, but thank you all for stopping in. I hope to see you again, and I wish you the best. Bye-bye. All right, group 3, you chose Archangel Michael. Let's go ahead and get into your reading and see how your person of romantic interest is feeling about you right now. How are they feeling about you right now? Well, I feel like they're feeling pretty chill about you, and maybe likewise. Their energy is the Page of Pentacles. Your energy is the Two of Swords. The mutual energy, though, is the Knight of Swords. So I feel like what I'm thinking is that you both are feeling sort of peaceful about your dynamic with each other because you have a shared enemy. It could be like a shared political belief, or you're like, oh man, I hate this such and such politician, or like, oh man, I'm so against this thing that's happening in the world. For some reason, this puts them at peace, that you both have a sort of rebellious spirit that you share in common, because the central card is the shared energy. This is you, Two of Swords. This is them, Page of Pentacles. So they like that. I mean, I feel like they're looking for someone who does have that shared belief or shared sort of rebelliousness that they do. Like someone who, it could be, you know, like the Knight of Swords sometimes will speak uncommon truths, or they're willing to speak something that maybe other people are feeling, but they're afraid of voicing out loud. So they feel like they have a friend in you. Like, okay, you're willing to go against the grain in some way. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so that was an interesting place to start. All right, tell us more here about how this person is feeling. Wow, I decided this time to pull all 3 cards indicating just their energy. But like, dang, they're like really into you. We have the Two of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. They love dating you. If the two of you are already actively dating or involved, like they love to go on dates with you. If they haven't, like, I feel like they really want to take you out on a date. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Like they really feel like the two of you are meant to I don't know why this keeps coming up in this video, but like have a family. I clarified it with the Page of Cups. Like, if you already have kids, maybe it's that thing of like, well, we could have like a blended family or something like that, or they could see you, if you're not wanting to have kids, like maybe they could see you like being a great aunt or uncle to the nieces and nephews that they already have, or the children that they already have, or like a cat or a dog parent or something, you know what I mean? Like, but they do feel this sense of creating a sort of family legacy with you. So the 10 of Pentacles to me is a little bit more so than the 10 of Cups. I feel it's including like extended family. Like they see you as being sort of like part of the larger whole of their family unit. So, and vice versa. Like, so basically, like, yeah, it is about the two of you with this Two of Cups. It's like, wow, we have these beautiful feelings for each other. But for them, they see you as someone who, like, you make sense in the whole puzzle of their life. Like they want you to be part of the family, basically. Part of their existing family, you know, like to meet their, you know, not just their parents, but like grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, in-laws, you know, like they want you to be a part of the mix. I feel like they also see you as someone that they could count on in times of trouble. Like someone who is gonna have their back when they feel stressed out by life, or, you know, like, so I think they view you as like really good partner, a really good partner if you already are, or like really good partner material, because they know that they can rely on you emotionally. You know, like nobody wants to get in an emotional funk. Nobody wants to be going through hard times. But we do want someone we can rely on in both good times and bad, right? We don't want like fair weather people in our life. We want someone who's going to be able to weather the storms with us when the storms happen. And that's something that they do truly appreciate about you. Like I feel that they've even already seen it in action. Like they've seen you already show up for them in this way, and it just means a lot to them. It gives them a sense of emotional safety. They also feel, you know, in terms of like lifestyle choices, when we get involved with someone, especially when we're seeing that Ten of Pentacles potential like they do with you, like being together for the rest of our lives, like the choices that we make in our lifestyle, like what type of house do we want to live in, like what city or town or whatever, like what geographical location do we want to live in, you know what I mean? Like those types of things are so important. They have to make sense, or, you know, it has to be sort of collaborative in some way. And I feel like they, you know, they do notice. We have 3 pentacles here, right? I feel like the red one is representing what one of you most wants out of life. This blue one is representing what the other one most wants out of life. But the gold one, which is more expertly drawn, is I'm feeling like, you know, just intuitively, this is how it's feeling to me at this moment. The 3 of Pentacles doesn't always mean this to me, but they feel like that you all would be able to combine what you most want out of life and like create something better, like this, what am I trying to say? Like the sum is greater than the parts. Why am I always forgetting how different phrases are said? But yeah, like what your interests and what you want out of life, it may not be exactly the same as them and vice versa, but somehow they feel like it's compatible or cohesive, or when you combine the two, you end up with something even better than what either of you would be able to think of or create on your own. So they feel like a life shared would benefit both of you, because you're both going to have basically a more improved life together than you would have apart. I hope that made sense. I feel like I was really stumbling through that. Yeah, and they definitely feel that you add so much value to their life. Yeah, I was trying to think of that saying, a happy wife is a happy life, you know, like whether you are their wife or a woman or whatever, you know what I'm trying to get at. Like they want to make you happy because they know that you bring so much to the table, and the happier that you are, the happier they're going to be spending time with you, because they feel that you enrich them, you know, like you have their back, right? You've already shown it. You make them happier. You go out of your way to bring joy and contentment and pleasure and beauty into their life. So they want to be able to do the same thing for you, right? Like, invest in, you know, who or what brings you happiness. And for them, that's you. So they want to continue to invest in you. Yeah, again, very strong feeling here that their life with you is far better than what their life without you would be or could be. Okay. What else here is helpful for group 3 to know? You know how I was saying at the beginning as well, like, they do feel like you all have some sort of shared mindset, whether it's like a political belief or, you know, you share an opposition to the same politician or something, or like you're, with a Knight of Swords, it's usually like I'm against something. I'm for something, but I'm also against something. I'm vocal about my opinions, right? But in any case, like, you all share that in common, which it puts them at a feeling of peace. But I think also they view you as someone like they have an awareness that as people go through life, they have different experiences, they can change, they can grow. I think they feel that the two of you can change with each other. You know, sometimes couples, they start out on the same page, and then they evolve in different directions, and then the relationship no longer works or makes sense. But they feel with you that the two of you could evolve together, or like compatibly. I think they have this sense that there's love and acceptance here, because I do already notice certain differences and maybe lifestyle preferences or lifestyle choices, but they feel, again, you know, like, roll out. Like, one of us wanted to live in the city, the other wanted to live in the country, but like somehow we figured out a way to satisfy both of us, and like actually what we ended up with was better than either of us could have imagined, right? So I think because of that part of the dynamic, they feel that the two of you, even regarding, you know, shifting or changing beliefs, if that were to happen, that you could still be supportive and like have just like basically a strong alliance here with this Justice card. So this is the Seven of Cups. This is the Knight of Wands. So they do know, right? The Knight of Wands is about exploring. It's about having experiences. The Seven of Cups is about possibilities and choosing options along the way, right? They know that basically people do not stay exactly the same for their entire lives. Most people don't. And they definitely don't think that the two of you are the type of people to always stay exactly the same. But they feel that the two of you can embark on new adventures together, try new things, discover new ways of approaching life together, and that you could always be supportive to each other. And they also feel like if there are moments when you each have your own thing going on that the other person just isn't interested in, there's a sense of like mutual respect. You see this little red salamander standing between these two people. We have an orange cat and this person with an orange shirt. Orange is the color of the sacral chakra, which, among other things, it's like our passions, you know, things that we feel passionate and excited about. Like, you might have different passions in life at certain times, and yet there's this red chakra energy that holds the center of gravity between the two of you, so that you could still remain a firm foundation for each other. Like, maybe one of you wants to go off and like run marathons, and the other person wants to like crochet and knit, and like you're not interested in marathons, they're not interested in knitting, but like there's a mutual appreciation and an allowance for each person to be following their own passions, and it doesn't make either of you feel scared that you're going to lose each other just for like having separate interests, you know, like, and it's like understood to be like a healthy expression of your individuality while still remaining connected as a couple and as a unit. Okay, so is there anything else? So that's it. I mean, I just feel, you know, like, just final thoughts. We have the Sun card. These two reversals are just saying, like, we've come to the end of the reading. There's not much more to be said, but, like, in summary, I do feel like the two of you really light up each other's lives and help each other have strength in hard times that you would have been hard. It would have been hard to muster that strength on your own, but you both give each other strength to overcome those hard times and a lot of happiness. Okay. All right. So I'm going to read the message from the book for Archangel Michael. This is the Keepers of the Light. So let me find it in the book and I'll bring it home with this. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Archangel Michael is one of the 4 major archangels in the Abrahamic religions. His twin flame is faith. He is loved all over the world because he is the patron saint of protection. He wields a bright sword of light to help us detach from dramas, challenges, or fears. His name means he who is like God, and his fiery presence helps awaken our leadership skills and reminds us that we have the capacity to connect with heaven. If challenges are present in your life, call on Michael to bring his sword of light to energetically disconnect you from what's no longer serving you. Your angel team is with you now. You are not in this alone. You may be feeling sensitive or overwhelmed, but your angels are inviting you to take a step back so that they can come in and share their light of miracles. You may feel that your prayers aren't heard, but that doubt blocks solutions from entering your life. Know that Archangel Michael and his legion of angels are here to help clear anything that's not serving you so that you can allow in the miracles of change that you deserve. So just going to leave you with that final message. And I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope that it gave you some clarity and insight that you needed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.